Hello, welcome back to the Diamond Dasher channel. Today, we are going to be doing a different type of episode. I really hope that you guys do enjoy this type of episode. Have not done it before, so, I hope that you guys are just going to like it, because I love reading stories like this, and I think that it's going to be really fun to do. So today, you're going to be seeing a bit of background recording on me in the Audi 18 or R18, can't figure that out, at the Circuit of Le Mans. So hope you guys enjoy that. We're just gonna be basically reading stories until I can't race no more. So yeah, so this is by the Reddit user u/JICIN 1983. I'm not the best pronouncer, so sorry about that. Alright, so basically this is a very personal story, and since it involves direct family, I'll keep details a bit more vague because I don't want anyone to figure out who he is and cause issues. Long story short, my brother had moved away to a city 3 hours away to study law, and since his wife wanted to come back to this city, our family had a social network and is centered in the area I live in. They decided to come back here for him to pass his bar. The issue is that the apartment that they were supposed to move into suddenly became unavailable due to unforeseen events, and as a result, they had to quickly find a temporarily lodging. For reference, me and my parents bought a duplex a few years back, and I live in an upstairs unit that occupy the first floor. There is a bachelor in the basement for use by guests. I probably said bachelor wrong, but just correct me in the comments. When my parents saw the apartment issued to my brother and his wife and kids were going through, they offered to lodge them temporarily in the basement in exchange for relatively low rent. Now, had my brother not been an EP, this 3-month situation could have been perfectly fine, had they all needed in the basement. That shower, cooking range, a fridge, separate bedroom for the parents, but no. Of course they had to take over me and my parents' space. For example, despite having a brand new shower in the basement, the kids don't like showers, so they have several times forced my hand so then they would be able to use my bathtub to clean their kids. Once ringing the doorbell while I was taking a bath after a long day at work, forcing me to run with the towel and emptying the bath water to refill it completely. Hello, water bill. Also, they apparently once came while I was not at home, and the way I knew this was the temperature on my AC had been tampered with. I guess it was too cold in the house for their precious children. Sorry, I'm studying. I'm stuttering with my words, guys. Okay. Then 2 days ago, they decided that the Wi-Fi connection in the basement, which he doesn't pay for, by the way, wasn't strong enough. So he unplugged our router and tried to plug in his router in order to redirect the Wi-Fi better in the basement. That resulted in every single smart device in the house to stop functioning, including smart doorbells, all the lights, and smart plugs. Also, the deal with my parents had to pay rent full through, and he snaked out of paying for all 3 months he's been there. My parents only got a month and a half's work. And finally, my parents had to make the decision regarding a very old dog who became rather ill in recent times, and he felt like he had a word in the matter, casually telling them that they should just get rid of it and move on. This dog that my mother considered her baby. He's finally leaving in a few days. I honestly don't understand how someone can feel so freaking entitled to treat someone else's home like they can own the place. So my thoughts on that story is, to be honest, he didn't pay rent, which he was supposed to. So, I don't know from a legal standpoint. I don't know if you can sue him or something. Probably won't, seeing how you'll probably end up losing money on all the lawyers you're going to have to spend money on. So this one is by the user of that guy Andy123, and the title is Entitled Aunt Tries to Get Us to Pay for 6 Kids at Sky Zone. Forewarning, I'm on mobile and this is written in a car ride. Mistakes are surely around here somewhere. So I like that he's already pointing out that there's going to be mistakes in here. That's what I love about this, okay? When people point out mistakes. So yeah, sorry if there's a mistake. I'm just reading it off, okay? So, I have an aunt, we'll just call her Holly. So this was back a few years when we were still on speaking terms with Holly, and this was the first time we've seen her in a while. So Holly told us that she only had 1 child and a sister, so that would make 3 children overall. Keep that in mind. We planned on having a dinner at my family's house and going to Sky Zone, which after you don't know is a trampoline park, where you pay by the hour to jump. We had offered to pay since we know that they were tight on money off. Okay. So we planned to meet at our house around 5 p.m., eat our mother's amazing lasagna, then go to Sky Zone, where us 3 kids would jump and play for an hour. Fun and a perfect night. When 5 o'clock rolled around, she still wasn't there. 5:30, still not there. Finally, around 6 p.m., almost an hour late, she should have been there. My dad called them and no one picked up. I was kind of mad that she has a track record of being late, but normally like 30 to 45 minutes, not an hour. So we wait some more. 6:45, we get a text from her. Cast. H is Holly. D is Dad. Holly. What do you need? Dad. Hey, you're almost 2 hours late. What's taking you so long? Holly. What am I late for? Dad. We're gonna go have some dinner at our house and then go to Sky Zone, remember? Holly. Oh yeah! Dad. Oh yeah. What are you, coming or not? Holly. Yeah, just go to Sky Zone. We just had McDonald's earlier. My dad was reading this out to us like a play-by-play, and hearing this just made our whole family a bit mad. But whatever. We reheated a couple of slices of lasagna real quick and ate. We knew that she wouldn't be there on time and we would have time to eat. When we arrived, my dad texted her and asked if she was close. She said she was about 10 minutes out, so we sat down and waited. Holly finally arrives, but walks in the door with 6 children. The following conversation ensues. Dad. Who are these children? Holly. These are all mine. Dad. We have to pay for 3 of the children, not 8 of them. Holly. Oh, come on, they've been so good and they have gotten such good grades. They deserve this. Dad. That's more than double what we were going to pay originally. Holly. Ugh, why can't you just be a good brother and pay up? Dad. Because we can't afford all this. We planned 3 kids, not 8. Holly. Fine, I'll tell my children that you're being too cheap and to let them have fun, okay? Dad. Okay. My dad got the children's attention and said, I'm sorry kids, but your mom won't be able to bounce tonight because Mom lied and said that she was gonna take you all to get McDonald's and ice cream. All the kids exploded with yays and thanks Mom while they were crowding Holly. My dad told us to just leave, so we did. Now that I'm older, I realize how evil that was. Having to drive and go home with 6 hyper kids just told that they were gonna get ice cream, only to realize that we wouldn't get any, would suck. Haven't heard from her since. Edit. The way didn't go that my aunt had 6 kids was talk after she got married and moved up to Wisconsin, and didn't talk to us. Then when she finally moved back, she would only talk to my great-grandmother, and she kept giving Holly money. And to that person in the comments who asked the name Holly, was a JoJo reference? Yes, it was. So now, I'm sort of thinking, okay, well, you know, you saying that you're only paying for 6, and then she brings what, another 3 or 4, correct me down in the comments. It's sort of just bad, okay? It's just bad. Our next story is going to be EM tries to get me fired after a kid stole and ate my medication. Now, one reason why this one's going to be a long one, so probably going to be the rest of this video, who knows. So, I like reading these, sort of just thinking about what if I ever get in one of these situations. I have not, but anyways, this is going to be a long one. EM, entitled mother, EK, entitled kid, and me, wall. As a bit of background information, I'm an epileptic with 2 different seizure types. I at least 4 pills, 1 sitting for my I'll just call epilepsy. It's something that has to do with seizures. Sorry. I'll just call that E. I have been required to take my medication at the same time every day, as I was unable to take my medication before 10 a.m. while I was away at summer camp. I had to take the time. I had to make the time I took my medication later and later. I'm currently on the process of bringing it earlier times when I go to school. Now I work at summer camp and has been morning care 6 to 8 a.m. Actually, camp 9 to 4 and aftercare 4 to 6. Now, during the story, I had to take it at 9:45 during a normal camp. So my boss knows and allows me to take it due to the severity of my E. She told me that she does not care who I am or who I'm around. I need to take it on the dock as requested by my mom. They knew each other. My boss, I love her, also has two days worth of extra medication in her office, just in case if I forgot mine or something happened to it. Now, on with the story. Okay, so this is the biggest paragraph I've ever seen in my life. So we're just going to go with this and try and read it off. Remember the thing that you have when flashing lights are around and it can give you seizures? That we're just calling E. So make sure that you know that before we continue off. Also, comment down below. Be the first one to comment down below telling me what series would you like next, what background would you like me to do next, like oval racing, dirt racing, road racing, or rallycross. Okay, and also if we're gonna have a little competition, who can be the first one to find the hidden word in this video? The hidden word in this video is gonna be Le Mans. Okay, so who can find that word? Oh, my phone turned off. Okay. Now I've been at camp counselor for a while and it's getting pretty fun. I get plenty of perks. This also allows me to quickly learn habits of certain children and the way that they think. I'm planning on being a psychologist, so this is excellent practice. There's one child in the camp that causes quite a few problems concerning food. We call her EK. EK is like a vulture. The second she sees food, she swoops in. On pizza days, she has stolen pizza from the box and other kids. She constantly takes other campers' food, or basically any food that she can get her hands on. I'm genuinely surprised that she's still so thin. Due to her nature, I've done my best to avoid eating around her. I've also done everything in my power to avoid giving her a chance to take my medication. That day, about 2 weeks ago or so, I was working from 7 to 4. I was informed that I was group 2, year 4, based on ages. In the morning, I had a meeting. I'm with her while I need to take my medication. Sadly, although her and her brother were being picked up early, it was after I would have taken my medication. Note said 10:15. So our schedule in the club room to 9:30 to 10:30. There was rotations, but that's not important. I was standing at the counter of the kitchen, unaware that she was standing next to me as I was grab out my water, which was required for me to take it. I saw her mother come in early with the polite hellos and such while she was preparing with me Wait. Okay, sorry. Hello, such. She's coming out to sign her kids. All of a sudden, my coworker who had prepared me with a scream and starts making a mad dash over to the counter. She went through the kitchen door and climbed up the step stool to get them. As she popped them into her mouth. Wait. Yes. Sadly, my medication had no taste in that she spit it out. EK stated as to how they tasted funny. I also asked if they had more candy. I began having a panic, fearing that the life of this child due to my medication calming hyperactive nerves and the brain. My coworker called for an EMT and taking care of her while the EM began her rant, trying to find a way to help stop effects of it. EM. Why do you have these drugs out? Me. Ma'am, I need to take the medication for my EM. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I'll just have to continue. Sorry about that quick interruption. You're not even old enough to have it. You're just trying to kill my kid. Ma'am, I've had it since I was little. I need to take it. Life literally depends on it. But besides, I didn't even expect EK to go through such things. What's up? Sorry. Such lengths to get stuff that she shouldn't be taking. Mind you, she's still sitting on the counter in an area that she's not allowed to be. Excuse me? What is that supposed to mean? On one day, we had the rule explained to everyone that no one except staff is allowed in the kitchen. She's also taken food from everyone before, so I assure you it took at least some precaution to make sure that she doesn't take it. Ma'am, I can't just not take my medication. But now the EMT come in and do the routine checkup. My boss comes in. Immediately, EM tries to convince my boss that I should be fired. Boss, which is gonna be me. Shouldn't be. Okay, so the boss says I shouldn't be fired. I mean, well, the person that we're reading the story from perspective. Okay, basically, I shouldn't get fired on the account. That's not the only way that she needs to take her medication. Your child, routinely takes things that aren't hers. Even gone into an area that she's not supposed to be in to take some. But now the EM's livid, but the EMTs are ready. So EM leaves mad, off with EK to the hospital. After the two left, I was still trying to calm my nerves, and my boss gave me one set off my boss gave me one set of my backup pills. While we talked about the situation, I actually didn't get into any trouble with my boss due to our understanding of the situation. Now, if you thought that was the end, you're out of luck. Here's more. Oh my. Guys, if this takes another 7 minutes, this is a long one. EK comes back the next week while I'm working 6 to 12 that day. I'm eating breakfast in the kitchen when her brother, EM, and her father walk in. My coworker, another one, we switch work every day. Who knows the situation heads to get my boss just in case. EM begins to belittle me. Despite this being 6 a.m., I have a bunch of mental issues that come up with E, like anxiety, depression, but I do my best to overcome it. But me being tired is basically me without even being there. I quickly state how if she had taught her kid not to whatever she... Wait. Sorry. Wait, where's my spot? So, wait, where's my spot? Alright, she...
Don't give her back to mom box, I get her.
Okay. But me being tired is basically me without being there. I quickly state as to how she's never even taught her kid that she cannot have whatever she can see without this having a problem. I have no idea what they did at the hospital. Sorry I wasn't allowed to know, obviously. Eam then states to her husband is a police officer and will get me arrested. Little did we all know my boss was already in the kitchen with me until she began to explain how he doubted I or anyone in the facility would be purposely trying to kill any child. He apologized again before taking Eam outside to the car with him, where an argument did not look too pretty. I haven't seen Eam or her husband due to the grandparents dropping EK and her brother off. I honestly wanted to know if the parents are still together. Sorry if it's so long. So then, this is the TLDR. EK, okay, so this is the, sort of, what is it called? Summary. EK takes my medicine. Eam blames it on me for, I don't know. The next week, Eam and cop husband show up. Cop husband finds out the truth, causing an argument. Edit. I realized stick thin could be confused with her parents not feeding her, so I changed it to so thin. My bad. Edit 2. I'm gonna cry. Thank you so much for whoever gave me a silver. That means so much to me. Alright, so this story, as we're heading towards the end of the session, man, that took us a while. So, I mean, really? That's just a story that I don't really know how to explain how to solve that one. So, yeah. So, 1 second, as I'm gonna go do something right now. Oh, I basically spin out in the turn. Now, just enjoy maybe a good 10 seconds of race cars and race car sounds. Alright, so now we're just gonna I just want to talk to you guys real quick. Thank you guys for all the support that you guys have been giving me. Sorry I haven't posted in so long. I'm trying to, still have some time for other stuff, and new tracks just came out, and, which I know you guys are probably wondering why I'm not doing an actual race. Well, it's because the oval and dirt tracks, which I know I want to give you guys a dirt race so bad, but they just swapped up, and I sadly can't buy one with my own money, so, which I don't have to. It's just, I just want to sort of swap up things on the channel. So basically what I did is I hopped onto the 24 hours at Le Mans circuit with the 2012 and 2013 winning car, and we just sort of came out here and did a little practice. Also, make sure that you're the first one in the comments below telling me what you would want in the background of my next video. So I'm sorry that this can be a little bit, upsetting that I'm not uploading as much, but trust me, we will have some pretty cool stuff coming up. So I would stick around for that. So if you guys don't know how hard it is to race in one of these cars, well, that's the vision that you're able to see. that's my steering wheel right there. So if you don't know, that's actually how much I'm moving my real life wheel, seeing how this is a simulation. So this is the vision that we're allowed to get. And I mean, I really think that some people don't understand how hard racing is. Also, down in the comments below, I want you guys to talk to each other about, is racing a sport? I say it is. I want to hear you guys' reasoning to either it is or is it not. So, yeah. The video is not over. We're just going to still be driving until our car either A, shuts down, or B, we crash. So yeah. I mean, if you can't tell how fast we're going 160, coming around to 170 right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure that, in the K&N cars, that's on average how fast we're going down the backstretch, but we're running around 170 a lot of this track. So, I mean, that just kind of showed you how the different types of racing, and oh, we're going to go into the grass. Yikes, as we're going to hit the wall, and I think, like I said, we're going to go until, we crash it, and I think that might have just done it right there for us. Yeah, no, the car is riding sideways. Yikes. It's going to be tough. And we're just going to have to come in. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to come in. Yikes. That's upsetting as a driver, because you have, all of this. You just did 27 minutes of hardcore racing, and you just crashed out the car in lap 6. I know, 6 laps. 6 laps in 27 minutes. I mean, if we were doing NASCAR, I might have gotten to 50. But again, this is a 8-mile long track. Just to put in mind. Alright guys, well, if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe.